Anyway, thank you for joining me on Lizzie One-to-One finally. It feels like it's been a long time coming, but it's finally here.
I know, yeah. So amazing to be here. Thank you for having me.
It's all right. Where are you? So are you from like London originally, or?
No, I'm from Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton? No.
Yeah. That's how I got in touch with them. It's like, you connect
oh
with
my
people.
God, that's mad. Yeah, so this is a Ste.Smith director, but is it Stephen? Because I'm guessing that it's, you shortened it so it's easier to find you.
Yeah.
So do you still live in Wolverhampton? Have you moved now because of the work you're doing?
Still in Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
Living around the area. I've grew up there. So, it's such an amazing place, I think. People tend to bring it down, but I think it's so good. So much has come out of Wolverhampton.
I feel like there's like little golden nuggets in Wolverhampton, and people need to focus on it because there's a lot of talented people, including yourself.
And you?
Oh yeah, well I'm getting there. You're on the next level because we're going to get into that because obviously you've done a lot of things, and let's start with ICAP actually because that is a huge charity organisation, and you've been. Isn't it like the 7th year or something? You filmed there the one time or something.
Yeah, so they've done it for quite a few years now. We've been doing it for 7 years continuously now. They've constantly called us back through the work that we put out.
Oh wow!
But it's a charity event. So for one day, the stockbrokers in London, all the money that they make, they gather everything together for that one day. They got multiple offices, so all across the world in like New York, Singapore. Wow. So all the money just gets donated to charity, everything they make, and they make millions.
Millions have been raised. Before coming in the building, brace yourself.
Have you seen what they're wearing?
I just saw someone as George Michael. I think he had a bit of fake tan on.
Everything's very quick.
It's really intense.
If we don't make any money out of this, you're a dead man.
It's 100%, isn't it? All the profit everything they make, everything just goes there. That's the thing. I think that's when people get a little bit like iffy about when they give to charities because I don't know whether it's going completely there. But so, what's the company you work with then that ended up obviously collaborating with them?
So I'm freelance. I do like freelance work.
Yeah.
But I've got a team of people around me that I network with that I've known over the years, and so we always collaborate together, whether it's crewing or filming or directing. There's some way of like getting involved. And so this is my friend who was directing it, and they asked him to do it. He has his own video company, and so there's a whole team that comes together, like camera operators, lighting.
Is this just through like mutual friends, or have you just always known each other, or you've seen each other's work and thought, okay, we need to get together?
We've known each other for years. And there's a team of us where it's like friends and then people we've gotten to know over the years. So we're always collaborating and coming together. So
like networking, but in a nice, friendly manner.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people who are close friends that I've grown up with and that are doing filmmaking.
Oh, that's wicked. Well, they say, don't they? Like attracts like, so you end up whatever you project, you end up getting back in life. Whether you're good or bad as well, so remember that one. So you've also met the people like Bradley. I was looking on your Instagram. You've met like Bradley Cooper. Is it? I say his name wrong. I say David. It's David. David Williams. Ben Shepherd. You can name a few more. I'm sure you know all the rest of them.
So Bradley Cooper was actually the one in New York.
Oh wow!
So he was doing that one over there. We were doing the one in London. So yeah, all the sports personalities come down, celebrities, presenters, all that stuff come down, and they're giving to charity as well. They're helping charities, so they have specific ones that they connect with. So we have like JLS come down, Dynamo, the Royals come down as well, Harry and William and Kate.
No, that's
they'll come down as well.
What's that like for you? Because obviously you're there focusing because you want to achieve this end goal, but is it a bit of like a surreal moment when you have everyone, or do you just look at people as if they're humans?
Yeah, I think a little bit of both actually. I think you see them so much on TV, they're presenting and films and stuff, so it's interesting to see how they are in real life and see what they're about and their personalities.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But then also like they're still people at the end of the day, and we can achieve whatever, you know, people achieve. So, but it's an amazing experience. And when we get there, we have like a piece of paper with like all the celebrities that are coming through. So we don't even know until the morning.
Oh wow! And then you've got to mentally prepare. You're like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God, this person's coming through.
I like that. So when did you think, okay, now I want to go into directing? What was the day when you thought, okay, I want to actually put this and make it a reality in my life?
So I've always been doing filming. When I left school, I did training in video production, which was at the Lighthouse actually in Wolverhampton.
Oh, good old Lighthouse. People need to get on that more because it's gonna. If people don't watch it or die out, they need to. I don't know.
It was amazing back in the day. They had all the training courses, edit suites, everything.
No.
So yeah,
I didn't know that.
So from there, I just got on set. My older brother does it as well. He's been doing it since he was at school. So we've collaborated a lot together. And then coming up on shoots and then music videos and stuff and getting involved in projects. And you start to learn the craft, the skills, camera operating and all these different things. And then I just got into directing because I just love the creative process of it, of just having a song and then just bringing this whole idea and this whole thing to life and making something come out.
Because you do many things. You do, obviously, you do the whole visual aspect. You could go from adverts to a music video. So what do you enjoy the most? Or do you have, or do all the projects? What's been your most, not important, but most favourite to work on?
So they have so many different dynamics and variations. So you got like music videos where you can get like a crew and then you're out in a club or something. We've done commercials, worked on feature films. So there's a different variation of things that give you different opportunities and different experiences. I remember doing a feature film which was like part Bollywood, part American.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought, wow, to go from completely different backgrounds and cultural side. But that was interesting. Yeah,
there's a great cast on that as well. There's Jason Fleming was on it from Snatch. David
I love Snatch. I love that film. It's so good.
Cool. So that was good. And we filmed at Princess Diana's house. We got to film around the house and go in a bedroom.
So what I mean, you've lived such an interesting life. I bet you look back at, you could write a book about that.
Oh, okay.
All the stuff. You really could. Be interesting. I'd definitely buy it. Sorry, carry on. What are you saying?
But yeah, it's just like having that experience and then being able to see all these, see a house and, be a guest there, which was amazing. And then you've got the music videos. I remember we shot on a beach and it was like, I think it was a military beach. Oh, wow. And we had all access to it. And we had an Audi R8 on the beach.
Nice.
So we just doing like donuts and had like a car that was following.
Christmas has come early. You're like, yes.
So many different like.
Do you know what's nice listening as well? Hearing someone, because again, we were saying about Wolverhampton and sometimes it is put down. But in a lot of ways, it's being held up a lot more now. We see it a lot more in like soap operas being mentioned and all these things. But you also, being someone like, how old were you, would you say, when you started? Was it about 16, 18 your interest? 10 your interest. So like a lad from Wolverhampton, and then you're going on to do like, was it speakers? You were someone who, it's a speakers thing in Wolverhampton, inspirational.
Oh, that was recently. That was
that was it.
The other month, yeah.
So what was that like? Having going from learning it or like teaching yourself to actually being someone talking to other people, how to achieve that?
It's an amazing experience. I mean, it's such a good feeling to be able to have the opportunities to film, to create, to have the networks. And then, of course, if you're developing all these skills and these knowledge, you've got to share it and you've got to pass it on because it's, it means nothing if you just hold it to yourself. So it's good to pass it on and just, be able to have those opportunities. And it's something that I wanted to do. So that opportunity came up and it was with a studio that was in Warsaw.
Yeah.
There was another photographer that was involved and I think she's from Wolverhampton as well. So, it's just some creatives coming together and just, talking about what we do and stuff. That was a good opportunity. Yeah.
And talking about big names, you've also worked with Whitney Houston's saxophonist. There we go. That's the one. I can't even pronounce. I'm looking at his name like Liz. Don't pronounce his surname wrong. Like Kirk Whalum. There we go. Yeah. So what was that like? Because you also ended up having a conversation with him, didn't you?
Oh yeah, it was amazing. So as an American saxophone player, he's toured with Whitney Houston for 8 years.
I mean, that is mad.
Yeah. So we did so it was an audio company.
Yeah.
And he was a part of that, talking about his jazz music and how sound can affect people and how we can, uplift people through music and stuff.
You could say that the listener is vulnerable to what I want to communicate. Music can be insurgent. I can bypass your brain, go straight into your heart.
And so, I sat down with him and spoke to him because I thought it was inspiring. I had his album as well. It's an amazing jazz album. And
what are the chances? Well, not the chances, but someone like you appreciate their music as well.
Oh yeah, so incredible. And it's like a cover album as well, so it's like Mariah Carey and Bright McKnight and stuff. But it's like a sax version. So I sat down with him and I just interested in what he was doing and his music. And then he's like, I was like, tell me a little bit about Whitney and how that experience was. And he was like, oh yeah, it was amazing. And he was talking about how when she did the Bodyguard film, there's a part when she sings in it. And during production, she wanted to do it live, but they didn't want to do it live because they wanted to, save money, save costs. And then the whole thing trying to do it live is just crazy. So they wanted to do it in the studio. She wanted to do it live. And then he was saying how she wouldn't do it unless it was live. And then they had to get a whole band on. And they were saying how he was behind the curtains when they were filming. And then she performed the whole thing live.
Oh, wow.
For that film, for that feature, yeah.
Because a lot of people would say that's amazing. That's credit to her, the fact she can sing live. But also that must have been a comfort thing, like a comfort blanket to her having a band there in a way.
He was saying every time that she performed, she was always on point. Even in rehearsals, everything, always on point. So amazing.
How is that going? Obviously with the whole directing side, has this impacted you at all with the quarantine? Or have you been able to plan things?
Yeah, like planning music videos, doing some editing work. I think it's how you adapt and how you be creative in the process.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's unknown, so a lot of fear can come from the unknown of what's going to happen and what's going to happen with lockdown. And then I think once you get past that and you start to balance yourself out, then I think the best thing to do is be creative, whether it's writing, baking, cooking, filming, whatever you can do at home.
Exactly.
Once you tap into that, so many things come of that. And
everyone's been saying that they've been talking to their friends more than ever, like more than they usually do.
That's amazing. That's good.
You've also done was it BBC Bitesize? You're an actor, am I right on that? You did acting, so what it's like. What it's like to be on the other end of the lens, not just filming. So what was that like, and how did that come about?
Yeah, that was good. That was so again, it's a similar team that we're working with. We always work together. So if someone has a project, then it's like, oh, I need a camera operator or I need a crew member, and then we all jump on board. So it was my friend that was directing it. I went to, when I was at the Lighthouse, he joined me at the Lighthouse as well. We were on the same course together. And then we were filming together after that. And then he pitched to do the Bitesize. And then he got that through the BBC. And then we all jumped on board to get involved.
Yeah.
So I was just on to help film it and to help bring everything together, do the crewing and stuff. And then one of the actors dropped out when it was time to film. So the director came to me.
Crunch time.
He was just like, that one of the actors can't do it. We need somebody to do this role. Can you do it for us? And I said, cool, let's do it. Because every time I shoot music videos and stuff, it's like, oh, we need someone like behind the bar, or we need someone like this. So because I'm there on set, and it's just like, oh, Steve, will you do it? And I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. And so I'll just jump on set, and then I'll just go and make something happen. So they asked me to do it for this Bitesize, and then I ended up doing a few little scenes, and then I did like a little main part. So it was like in 9-10 little episodes. And it was all about like percentages, Pythagoras theorem.
Dave is buying a new TV. Say hello, Dave.
Hello.
That's Dave.
I'm getting a new TV because I made a PPI. Okay,
Not now, Dave. Now the space we have available is 32 inches in height and 45 inches in width, and the length of the diagonal will indicate what size TV screen can fit in this space.
So different things all around maths. And
that's what kids need now without school.
So yeah, that was fun.
They should just go and watch your video of that. The kids can learn a lot. Check it out.
It was good. And then so I was like filming and helping to set up, and then I had to like come round from the other side of the camera to then be in front of the camera. That was funny.
So really, you're multi-skilled. Like the whole thing, I bet you can edit, can't you as well? Yeah. Edit, pre-production side, and then the whole. Do you produce? I also noticed that you worked with like Teedra Moses. This is someone before my time.
She's amazing.
But she's like, her album was Complex Simplicity as well. That is like, she's held up there in the game for that as well. So how did you end up connecting with her?
I think she's underrated. I think because she's gone like more independent, she doesn't have that label to kind of back her and put her out there. But I was listening to her album like 10 years ago. Me and my brother used to just blast it all the time. And then I was just going through my socials. I was on Instagram, and then this sponsor came up, and it said, "Oh, like Teedra Moses is going to be in the UK. She's going to be performing. It's an anniversary tour." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Left it. Came back onto the socials. It popped up again, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna send it to my friend, and just like because like he's into that sort of music."
Yeah.
I thought I'd send it over, and then I thought, "Oh, it'd be good to go and like have someone to go with and go enjoy the show." And then I was thinking about what projects I can do and how I can film, how I can move forward. And then like tapping into that, like trying to be creative and think of projects. It came up, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to get in touch with the team. I'm going to send an email and just put it out there and just say, look, I'm a filmmaker. This is what I do. This is my work. I have access to a camera and equipment, and I'd just love to film with you guys. I know you're coming to the UK. Let me know what you want to do.
Yeah.
I got an email from my team, and they said, "Cool, love your work." I sent over some show reels, and then they said, "Cool, love your work. We'll be in touch." And I said, "All right, cool, thanks." And that was pretty much it. And then what I did from there was I booked a ticket to London. I gathered all my equipment together, and I went down to London. So there's no confirmation yet. They just said, "Look, we'll be in touch. We like your work," and that was it. But I just decided to book my ticket, go down to London, get all my equipment, and I was staying at my friend's house. We went out into London for the day, and then I was looking at her tour as well. So I knew that at this point she was in America, so I knew she was going to be busy. I knew what day she was going to finish the tour in America.
Yeah.
And so I kind of have you have an idea from the American date to the London date when they're going to be landing. So I just went down to London. I said, I'm just going to do it. Let's see what happens. There's no confirmation, but I'm just gonna put it out there and just do it. So I went down to London. I was out there doing a bit of shopping, having a look around, and then I just got this email.
Yeah.
And they said, "Look, we're gonna be doing this. We're gonna be landing at this date. We'd love to meet up with you and kind of discuss ideas and what we can do." And so I was like, "Yeah, cool. I'm in London. I'm here. Just let me know what you need." And then ended up meeting up with them. I sent loads of ideas and loads of screen grabs of like ideas that I had for filming. And then we just took it from there, and then ended up joining the tour and doing a couple of days in London, where we did one in Birmingham, and then I did another one in Manchester.
What was she like in person as well when you finally got to meet her?
Oh, she's amazing. She's so sweet and down to earth.
Yeah.
And she's just, she's like, even though I'm like cool and I do my music and I do all this, that and the other, she's just like so down to earth, and she's just like, even though I do all these great things, I'm just like you, I'm just cool, I'm just down to earth, and she's very sweet and very humble.
So having meeting all these people, do you ever look back and think, have I really just done all that?
No, I don't know. It's I mean, it's a great experience. You just kind of move on to the next one and develop the next thing.
What's been your biggest challenge, would you say? And it's to the point where you think, okay, we're on set or something, but you've learned from it.
So I did one video shoot in London. There was 2 artists on the track, and it was for a record label. The song was like #1 at the time, and it was like #1 on radio. And I had to get a crew and everyone together. And then when we were filming, I did the lighting, I did the camera work, I did the directing. And that was such a massive shoot because we had like 5 locations to go to, which is ridiculous if you're filming a music video. Usually it's just like you want one location just to keep it simple.
What were all the different locations?
So we had like a bar to film in upstairs and downstairs. We had like an office space. We had a car park. And it was just crazy. The video shoot lasted 24 hours non-stop, from start to finish, because there was so much. And there was 3 models, 2 dancers, 2 artists, and then I had to direct it, do all the camera, the lighting, crewing, and yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So basically one man band having to deal with all of that.
I had my team around me. Crewing, so.
But it's still a lot though, like you said, like 5 different locations. What are you doing to yourself?
You got to think about timing. You got to think about the shot list, what it's going to look like, what's going to happen, what the next setup is. The crew's waiting for you, and they're like, "Okay, what's the next setup? What's the lighting? What do we need?" And then you got to do all the lighting adjustments, do the camera adjustments. Yeah, so
I get that.
That was crazy, and I look back and just don't know how I made it.
What's your future projects that you're going to be working on? Is there any future ones that you can drop and let us know so then we can look out for them?
So I just shot one in Barcelona, which was like last month, January. I filmed the music video.
Did you post that on Instagram, didn't you, as well? And that's insane, because I was thinking he really gets about where he goes, all the places, in the most nicest possible way.
I used to live out in Barcelona, and my friend is out there now. Yeah, so he's teaching English out there. So I said to him, I said, look, if there's anything on your side, any people that do any videos or anything, let me know. And if I have anything on my side, I'll get in touch and we can do something. And so, because I know the city a little bit, this artist got in touch with me a few weeks later, and then he was just like, I want to shoot a music video. Here's the track. What do you think? And I said, we're going to film in Barcelona. I listened to the track. It's a nice R&B vibe. There's 2 artists, and I was just like, Barcelona, done.
Oh, wow.
Bought the tickets, bought the locations and stuff. And I didn't even have a passport. So all that was done. My passport had expired. But I was just like, you know what? I want to film in Barcelona. We're going to make it happen regardless. And then, I had to sort out a passport. I bought my flight the day before.
I was about to go. I was like, oh, God, you didn't go there illegally. Don't be saying that on air.
A suitcase.
Yeah.
And I went over there, and that was an amazing experience.
And then, what's your favourite location then? Or has that always been
Barcelona?
Barcelona is your favourite one. I knew you'd say that.
It's so amazing. It's just like the culture is so nice. The people are great. Wherever you set a camera, it's just ready to go. It's just because the architect and the buildings and the beach, everything.
That's one thing I enjoy. Is like I look at architect if I go places.
Yeah.
It's like when people say they go to Amsterdam for one thing, I'll just be staring at the buildings.
It's so amazing over there. But what's funny is like as soon as I landed, so it was nice and sunny over here, and then as soon as I landed over there, it was raining.
That is so. You think that'd be the opposite?
I know.
The other way around, which is a bit strange.
And it was raining, and it started to thunder so bad, and then the artist flew in.
Yeah.
And then it started to thunder, and then he was like, "Steve, like, what's going on? Like, we're supposed to be filming, and it's thundering, and there's some storm going on." And there's a storm that hit the coast.
Oh wow!
And it was like I was just planning everything. I was meeting the camera guy, and the artist was worried. He was panicking. He was just like, I don't think it's going to happen. We're going to film outside. What are we going to do? I said, look, man, I'm planning it now. Just be ready, do what you need, and I'll see you at this time. And I went to bed that night, and I was planning everything like till 1 a.m. And then I got a text at 4 a.m, and it's still raining and it's thundering. And the artist messaged me, and he was like, look, Steve, I don't think we're going to do this. Let's just take a few days out. Let's change the flights. Let's do this. I said, look, be ready in the morning at 8 o'clock, and then let's just go and get this done. He said, oh, okay, all right, we'll see what happens. Got up in the morning and it started to settle. And for the first time being there, the sun just came out. And the whole day was just like so sunny and beautiful. And we filmed this amazing music video out of
you knew it, didn't you? It's like you have this. Where does that mentality come from? That go getting mentality, and also knowing that you're gonna finish the job no matter what.
Yeah, because it's trusting in the process, and it's having that creative. It's just that creative process. So it's like we've gone to locations where it's like we don't know what the location is, but we're going to film there, and that's all we have set for the day, and that's what the artist has given to us.
Yeah. So
when we get there, it's like, what's this box that we're going to film in? And there's nothing going on. There's no decorations. There's nothing. And so it's like, well, how do we be creative in this process? Okay, let's do a lighting setup over here. Maybe we can do the model on this side, and maybe we can bring them out into the middle of the room and put lights around in a certain way. And so with that, it's like, even if it was raining and thundering, you just have to just keep in that creative process.
And adapt to the situation.
Yeah, because you can't change certain things. So it's just like, well, instead of doing this, let's film here and let's film this, and then let's just try this. And then you have all this footage, and then you can just edit something together that way. Because it's not set in stone, it's just, it's a flowing process.
Have you got any future people you'd love to collaborate with, or a project that you see yourself? Have you seen it and you've manifested in a way, and you see it in the future, which you'd like to achieve?
I don't want to do commercials and stuff. I like to do commercials. They've got such massive budgets, so it's like the lighting is amazing, and the crews and all the equipment.
Yeah.
But just doing good projects and just keep putting stuff out there and just keep being creative and doing directing and bringing people on board and collaborating, and just that really. That's the sort of thing moving forward.
Because someone said lighting. Who was it? What? A friend of mine was like, lighting's one of the most important things when it comes to the whole, especially like you were saying, like commercials and all that side of things. But what if someone hasn't got that good at the lighting, they don't have the money? So what advice would you give to that person starting out?
Film outside.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
it's just me. I should have opened the blinds.
So it's difficult because if you're inside and you've got no lighting, then it's very dark, and then you have to turn up like the lighting electronically in the camera, which then affects the image to make it a poorer image.
Yeah, that's the only thing, isn't it?
Because you want to turn it all the way down, and then you bring the lights in, which actually lift up the people. So just see if you can get small things. You can go on like Amazon or eBay or something and get small lights. I'm using a little light right now.
The LED ones, all those different ones you can get as well. They are good to be.
They're really good, and I've used them for promotional videos and like club videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get lights for cheap. But sometimes if there's no lights, then we just film outside. We've got access to the sun, and then the sun just lights everything, and then you just film in the right directions, and then you've got all the lighting you need, and you've got the quality of the camera, so it looks good.
So how apart from that, how is quarantine for you as well? I want to know, how has isolation been, having to isolate yourself now?
It's been up and down, but it's just the beginning fear of the unknown of like what's going to happen and what the outcome is. But then it's just getting past that. And just having like a good food and taking care of yourself, and just being creative. So I've had access to some DJ decks, so I've just been like making little mixtapes and doing some music.
Like that. That's cool.
I've been doing editing. I've been editing like fitness videos for people, writing ideas, and just staying in that creative process, because it keeps you out of fear, keeps you out of doubts, and it keeps you uplifted into something good. And then just keep
it's just so easy to get into your head, isn't it, really, in this particularly this time. So it's good, like you said, and you see a lot of that on the TV now. They're trying to encourage people to be creative, but someone like yourself is very inspiring. and particularly to someone who's coming up, because like I said, you are someone, I don't mean to keep highlighting Wolverhampton, but you know what I'm trying to say, people don't usually break out, if that makes, I was talking about this with a few other artists and musicians, and particularly like Vital as well, the rapper. He goes, he wants,
that's what I was into.
Yeah, he wants to be able to give people that hope to, and you're someone like that as well, where they can look at you and be like, okay, he's achieved this just because you're from a certain place, which I think is fantastic. Like you, there's no need to put doubt in your head that you can't achieve what you want to get.
Yeah, I think like that's the thing, and it's like people don't realize what you can achieve and what you can do. So whatever it is that you want to do, there's a great saying that says what you're seeking is seeking you. And so it's like whatever you want to do and put out there, you know, it's going to happen. You just need to build that process, because we're showing through media, through TV, the end results. So this is an amazing basketball player, this is an actor, this is a musician, but where did they start and how did they build that process? And I was speaking to my acting friend recently, and he was saying how even actors still connect with their vocal coaches, professional TV, film stars, you know, they're still connecting with coaches and they're still doing the vocal training, the basics.
That's brilliant. That's really good.
So it's just like, it's a process, and it's like once you start to learn the steps, you go on to the next one, and then the next one, and the next one. And then you start to develop and grow. So, I mean, 10 years ago, you know, I started directing. And then just started off on low budget videos, and then just started to build up, get some ideas, start to understand the craft, go on to different projects, get involved in different things, and then you start to just build up. I remember when I was on set and I wasn't doing anything, I was just watching. Then I started to help out, then I started to get paid a little bit, then I got a little bit more, and then I started to learn something else, and I started to edit, then I started to direct, and just it's a progression that takes time. It's just developing that craft and surrounding yourself with people, or so with filming, it's, you know, you can do filming, editing, you can watch films, you can do tutorials, lessons, and it's just involving yourself around all those things.
So I think that would be a good last question is, what advice would you have given yourself 10 years ago that you know now?
That's funny. I said this to a friend recently. She's a model and an actress, and I was asking her the same question for that. And she was saying like...
We're linked, that's what it is. We're just...
She was saying like, I wouldn't really change anything because then it changes who you are today. And it's such a great point, because it's like everything that I've been through, all the ups and all the downs and the struggle, have helped me to get stronger, helped me to learn, helped me to overcome, and helped me to really build to where I am today. I remember one of my earliest editing projects. I really struggled with it. I had a problem with it. I couldn't do it. I didn't like it. And I ended up breaking my laptop. So, you know. Wow. And then now it's like I'm just editing a music video for Barcelona.
That poor laptop. Poor laptop. What did it ever do to you? Like, what did it...
It's like, you know, it's like we have these bad situations where it doesn't work out and we don't know what to do and where to go. And even though I've done videos for years, it was only recently that I said, you know what, I'm going to do videos full time. And I left the 9 to 5 to then go on to do videos. I think we're always looking for this kind of aha moment, like, this is what we want to do and this is it. And it's never like that. It's just kind of like very subtle.
Yeah, people expect something to walk through the door and be like, okay, I can take that now. But really, you have to make that opportunity.
Yeah, and it's probably like you're doing your career and the things that you want to do, but don't even realize it. You just kind of have to look at what you're doing, who's around you, what's showing up, what's happening in your life, what's being brought into your life, and then you can start to pick about and say, oh, video's been around for a while and I've been on set and I'm still getting called. And so then I was just like, I might as well just do it full time.
I feel like you're, sorry, go on.
There's a friend who was working at the Lighthouse as well. I've had a few friends that have like been at the Lighthouse. She's done some editing work and she's gone on to do editing for Lord of the Rings.
Oh, wow.
And she was like an editor and I'm part of that. Had another friend who went to do some behind the scenes for Steven Seagal, and a few like, Asian actors. So a lot of people from Wolverhampton are like doing some great things. And when we shot a music video with this guy called DJ Rags,
Yeah.
and he featured on a track with someone called Man, who did a track with 50 Cent in America. And it was
all these name drops, pick them up, pick them back up.
My apologies. But he did a track with 50 Cent called Buzzing, and I feel like money. And
Tune.
it was in the charts, and you know, that took off. And then we were shooting this video with Rags, and then he featured with Man, and then Man came to Wolverhampton to film the music video with us, and we shot it at Patchell Hall.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
so that was amazing.
All the way to America. That was good. But then it just goes to show like how things are so close and so available.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to tap into it. And so he came all the way from America working with 50 Cent to then end up at Patchell Hall in Wolverhampton filming a music video with him, with these gold chains and Louis Vuitton backpacks and stuff. And yeah,
that's again another like surreal moment, but it is, like you're saying, it's reachable, and it can be achieved, and you are evidence of that.
Thanks. And there's such like an amazing team from Wolverhampton that I know. And they're all doing music videos, commercials.
Do you want to name drop them? What's their names for the rest of the team?
A director called Kully Ghataore, an editor and videographer called Surinder, my brother Ste.Smith, Lee Mason, like, you know, some great filmmakers. And
yeah.
There's so many. And
you've all collaborated, which is amazing. It's nice that you stay connected as well. Obviously, brother, but you know, the rest of them as well, that you stay connected with each other.
But my friends, he actually did some work at the Lighthouse as well. He's an animator. I think he's doing some editing there, working on some projects. And he started to build stop animation.
Patience. You've got to have so much patience for that.
Yeah, so he started to build that. And then he got an opportunity to do a short animation film. And then that got a lot of interest. And he just started to build up more animation. He got a studio out in Digbeth in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And then now he's working with like Walt Disney. He's working with Star Wars, Roald Dahl. Yeah,
Roald Dahl. All these names, all these amazing, incredible
people. He was doing
people.
that in Birmingham. And it's like he's just built up and put so much work in. And he's young as well. I think he's about 30 something.
It's true what you're saying. It's like that musician as well. It's SX. He's doing all these productions for and he's met Post Malone and all these people. And it's reachable. I think that's the main thing people can take from this, is that you can make what you want out of life, but it's up to you to pave which way, and who you meet. Well, not who you meet, but you know what I mean. You have to connect. You have to make that effort to connect with them. They're not just going to pop out of thin air.
Yeah, I think like when you put in that, that's what I'm saying, keeping that creative process. You know, if I want to do some editing, then maybe I can just go and do some writing or listen to some music and get creativity that way. That's going to connect me to the editing and create ideas that way, because it's, you know, you got to tap into that source.
Thank you. So what, I said last question, this will be my final one.
Oh, come on, let's keep going, man. This is fun.
I know, it's good. It's quarantine as well. I need people to see. I need someone who I've never met before. So what I was going to say, have you had any relatives or people that have inspired you towards this?
Just my brother, really. He's such an incredible cinematographer, filmmaker. He's so dedicated to his craft. He's well known. He used to live in India. He's well known out there. He's worked in America, all around the world. And he's really gives so much to his craft, and he puts 100% in. Even if the artist or anybody else doesn't, he's always 100%. And he's so well known for that. He's, you know, got a great reputation in film. So that's always inspired me growing up.
I mean, that's fantastic. That's amazing. The fact that he's held so highly as well over there.
Yeah. Even like here and everywhere, like people know who he is and know him for his work.
How old was he when he went to? Is it India? Did you say?
Yeah, I don't know how old he was, but he's doing like music videos and stuff out there. And then he's been doing it like back and forth recently.
He's got a lot of respect for him then. Do you feel like when you do yours, do you get his opinion, or do you like share exchange each other's like you like review each other's music videos or productions?
Yeah, so like I did a music video recently. I was directing it, and then I called him to do the cinematography.
Oh, wicked!
And so we can collaborate together. We can share ideas. Yeah, so he's like very good at lighting and filming, so we can bounce off each other because I know how to edit, how to film. So yeah, it's good that way. So with this music video, it was crazy because like the artist could only stay for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
There's 2 artists, and then the dancers could only stay for a certain amount of time. So we had to adapt and change everything, and it was crazy. But we just bounce off each other and share ideas.
That's what you need, though. You need a good relationship, and it's nice because some people don't even have a good relationship with their own blood. So that's a beautiful thing that you do share that and same interests as well. So what do you see? What's your final project you see at the end? Would you like to direct a film, like a big, like on your own though, where you're the main director?
Yeah, there's my friend who's an actor. He keeps telling me to like write scripts and do some directing.
You should. I mean, you've got the potential to do it, so do it.
Yeah, I've written a few short like ideas, and then he's always like, "We should do something." He did a short film recently, which has got some awards and got some interest. It was about domestic violence towards men. So I got to meet that team and all the directors and producers and stuff, which was amazing. But yeah, I think like short films and getting into film would be good because it's such an amazing process. It's like when we're filming Princess Diana's house.
Yeah,
we're filming for like multiple weeks, and then we've got like lighting department or camera department, all these actors and actresses. So it's an amazing experience.
So, you know what? I could talk to you all day, but it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, and
it's inspiring to see what you're doing as well.
I'm sorry, but surely
microphones and putting little projects together.
When I'm not doing youth work, this is something. Not keeps me sane because I'm sane anyway, but it's a nice hobby and a passion of mine, like yourself. I enjoy connecting with creatives, and you learn a lot when you connect with others. So I appreciate you talking to me today.
I appreciate it too. What do you want to do as well when you move forward?
Oh no, you're turning it on me. Do you know, I've always, and this is not a dig at guys because I love watching Jonathan Ross and all these big hosts, but there's not a main female. I never see a main late night talk show female host.
I was just thinking about that. That's actually true.
And I'd love just even like something small on a small time thing just to do that, but to help others as well, to like have their little dreams met at the same time connecting with creatives like yourself.
Amazing. You should do it, and then get your own little studio.
I need to learn to do treatments. Yes. Oh, see, you've already got it in your head. I need to write all of this down. I've recorded it anyway, but yeah.
Get the studio, and then just a few seats for this audience. Do a little live audience, and you get some multiple cameras.
See, on it. But I look forward to your future projects. Definitely, we'll check that out, and I want to stay connected as well. Yourself,
for sure.
That'd be wicked. So try and enjoy quarantine, isolation, connect with people, FaceTime.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing, like live streams with models.
Yeah, but yeah, make sure that I hope that they check out your Instagram because they're very informative, but also enjoyable to watch.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Take care.
You too. See ya.